I've just seen. Oh, hiya, Diana. Lovely to see you. I'm not stopping on to. Hey, I know I say it every time, but I'm not stopping on too long tonight, Diana, because I haven't been so well today. I've been sick early and everything. Oh, feel rough. But oh, thanks for sharing it. Hiya, Lorraine. Lovely to see you. As I say, guys, you know, I know there's somebody else come on, but I can't see who it is. Hiya, Truth. Oh, hiya up. Oh, bless you. Lovely to see you. Yeah, guys, I'm just going to kind of wait and, try and get a few more on before I get going with it. I'm going to have to give like an introduction to it. I know a lot of you'll know. Here with Saskia. Oh, hiya, Saskia. She's not well either. Yeah, I was just saying, guys, I haven't been so well at all today. I've been sick earlier. And I feel a bit under weather, so I'm not going to do a long one. I'm not. I know I say that every time, don't I? But I'm not, guys. How are y'all? Y'all okay? Apart from Sash being poorly, like me, Saskia. Yeah. Big news tonight, guys. Big news. You were sick as a pig this morning, Diana. Oh, I hope you aren't pregnant, lass. You never know, do you? She's got high blood pressure. Oh, get better soon, Saskia. Take care of yourself. Get some rest. Oh, you're all saying hello to each other. I hope you've all made friends, guys, now. Because we're a little family, aren't we? No chance of that, Diana. I never like someone saying it to me. I'd be like, you are. I remember what it was like, do you? Anyway, guys, as I always say, I know my regulars might get fed up of hearing me say it, but I'm not a... That static, it is bad, but I don't know if it's what, if I wear lighter colours, it doesn't show as much. It shows more on darker colours, doesn't it? So I'm not about 97, I'd say about 97, 98%, definitely. Shadow band. I've now got 53, I think it is, subscribing, and it's saying I've got 4 on. Now, last time it said that, I told you it'd be lying, didn't it? And it was. There's not... Hiya, Susan. There's not a lot of people, guys, that are getting me notifications, but I guess, I'm hoping when I get back on Fascist Book, I'll be able to at least get on for a few days before they get me banned like they do, Because when they're banning me, they're taking me away from the people as well, aren't they? Anyway, guys, I've just got a message on my mobile saying that Hope shared my video to me wall. Thank you, Hope, love. Oh, thank you, guys. So, there'll be a lot of people. No, I don't know. I'm hardly getting any reach on here. I think they're worse for me on here than they are on Fascist Book. And I think the fact that I'm banned on Fascist Book at the moment for no reason, as you know, guys, Cabal have just banned me because I'm speaking out, aren't they? I don't think people are getting me notifications. And I think when you're sharing it, I don't think they're allowing it. I think they're taking away the link because I'm banned anyway. Do you get me? So maybe that's what's doing it. But I know there'll be more than 4 on, guys, and here I go. For all those that I can't see, I'm not answering you if you're commenting. I can't see you guys, but you're all here with me in my heart. So I'll get going, guys, because I don't want it to be a long one. Just to go over briefly that I am dealing with council tax a lot and the common law, even though I'm not a member of the Dragons at this time, because I am already coping with my own illness, so I can't be getting him, you know. That's not me deserting. I still support him 100%, you know that, guys. But anyway, I guess you could say that I work very closely with him, but on my own. You get me, don't you? I do it for you lot, but it's common law is the solution, isn't it, guys? It can be done peacefully, and you know, I'm going to show you now. I don't want to keep you in suspense, but just for those that might have come on and I might not see that are watching, guys, and that would like a bit of a kind of summary of what's gone on so far. I am dealing with council tax. I've stopped paying my own council tax. I shall tell you briefly about that, although it's in my other videos, in it, guys. I am dealing with the courts and the Calderdale Council because they have. I am supporting a guy that's what's the word I'm looking for? It's a vulnerable adult, guys. So I'm supporting him, and I've gone through that. You know, our constitution is the solution, and everybody, even if you don't register on common law, which to me it's crazy that you don't, because you register your birth certificates on there and you take their power away from them. But I'm not going into that, guys. It's on my other videos in it, if anyone wants to see it. Same as lawful rebellion. I'm only going to go through these forms really quickly before I get to the boom, guys. And when I say boom, I'm talking boom. That's your Article 61. On my last video, or the one before, I went over that, didn't I, guys? That's already written out for you. Just fill it in red pen, put your stamp on, put your thumbprints, get your 3 witnesses. Again, I'm only going through it very quickly just to, you know, that's your first stage, to let your council know. You send that to your council, to your local police, to your government, to the Queen, to the Earl of Devon, did I say it, council? It's on the other video, guys. If they still don't take any notice, you send them that. But you write it out in red pen. The Dragons, Angela Verdon, guys, Angela Verdon from Dragons can give you a lawful rebellion pack. That's what you need. And she'll send you an Article 61. She'll send you that, and she'll send you the next one I'm going to show you. So with the first, it's already written out, and you just fill it in red pen around it. The second one, if they're still not listening, is your affidavit of truth. It can be what you want, but there's one there for you from Dragons. Write it out in red pen. Again, put your stamp on it and put your living thumbprint on it, fingerprint on it. And write in the fingerprint, living man or living woman. That's your second one. Your third and final one is your claim of right. That's where you're claiming back your rights under the common law. Because you're upholding the common law when you're standing in lawful rebellion. You're doing what your duty is to do. You're doing what is demanded of you to do. Too many people are taking no notice of standing in lawful rebellion. Well, they can do you for it. When all this is over, all them that have just been taking pictures of the dinner and carrying on as if nothing's going on, I promise you. Again, you write that out in red, don't you, guys? And you stamp in your thumbprint, look, blood thumbprint on the bottom. Okay, so that's, because I've already explained it in previous videos, guys, I'm not going any further into that. I will just give you an overview of what's gone on so far. Now, just to tell you very quickly, I rang the council and told them I won't be paying the council tax. They told me, well, blah, 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 you'll still get a summons. And I said, I don't care what you tell me. I'm telling you I'm in lawful rebellion. So it's up to you. I never got a summons. I sent my lawful rebellion form in, never got a summons. I got a council tax bill this year and it had what I had left to pay from last year on it, right? No mention of a court, no mention of interest, anything like that, just the amount. And I thought, right, I'm sending me affidavit of truth in that. I thought, hang on a minute, I'll just watch and see what happens here, see if they send me a reminder. Well, I never got a reminder. I've not had anything else. So I am living proof that you do not have to pay council tax, and that it's a scam, and that they are defrauding us. Now then, for the person, sorry guys if I'm just not right well today. For the person that I am representing, supporting, representing, whatever you want to call it, the vulnerable adult, this is the procedure that I've taken. He sent an Article 61 form to him. They ignored it. I phoned his work because they did an attachment of earnings and told them that it was actually unlawful what they were doing and they needed to stop. They sent it to their solicitors, who turned around and says, carry on. So see, them two are implicated for a start. He then asked me to leave his work out of it because I'm going to take the whole lot of them, wasn't I, guys? And I said, okay, if that's what you want, it's easier for me to leave your work out of it. I guess he didn't want he didn't want to upset at work. And we knew that they were forcing it, you see, it's council tax. So they ignored that. So I sent them one last warning and said that I would not be directly communicating with them in future. I would just be enacting proceedings towards a common law court. They ignored that. I've got a tape. Some of you heard it. Well, where are you going to get your sheriff from then? You're about to find out, mate. Get me? So, they ignored that. So, wrote out the affidavit of truth. Fingerprint, stamp, living man, all in red. But when I sent him the affidavit of truth, I also sent back, now listen very carefully, guys. I also sent back the detachment of earnings from his wages form that his work had received, okay, that they'd sent him in the post as well from the council. So I wrote in red pen at the top of that, photocopy, because you always send photocopies, remember, you keep the original with you for when you do take action, right? So I sent with it, and I wrote photocopy, and then I put document 2 of 3 before common law court action against all concerned. Boom. But what I also sent was this. And I am going to read this out to you at the end of this live, okay? Because I think it's so important for people to just stop and pause and focus on what the wording is in this document. I knew when I sent them this document that they would have to be crazy to carry on. Listen very carefully, guys. I'm not being condescending, but people are just not listening, are they? I don't mean you lot, guys, that are on. I mean other people that watch it late and they just go, I can't be asked for that. You need to listen. Because I don't know how much people are paying at the moment full council tax, but I know it's a lot. At the moment I get a bit of help with it. Well, I did get a bit of help. I don't pay it, do I now? And they're still emptying my bins, and they're still cutting the grass out the front. Do you know why? Do you know why? I know why. Because I don't do any other, because I'll just blow the lid off a lot of it, won't I? But I'm already doing that anyway, aren't I, guys? That document quite plain and simply, is headed The People versus Existing Local Authorities Throughout Great Britain. And I'm going to read that when I've finished telling you what I'm going to tell you now. I sent him that. And I said to that lad, listen, they will have to be crazy now to take that out of your wages. I am telling you. I ain't had a council tax bill since sending them my Article 61. Good lass, Hope. Good lass. Hiya, Sean, love. Lovely to see you. You see, you got me notice tonight. Nearly a year. Yeah, Hope. People need to. When I say, guys, people really need to listen to me. I don't say it because I want people. I say it because I tell you fact. Don't I? Anyway, guys, I'm not darting round houses tonight, right? But I knew, and I said to him, they'd have to be crazy. Now, last week, he were off 3 days, so he only got 2 days' wages. And he rang me and he said, they haven't took out this week, but I've only got 2 days. And I said, well, they probably wouldn't do. But I said, maybe, he said, well, it worked on a percentage. I says, right. I says, well, let's just wait till next week. I'd sent that in, remember, that document, which I'm going to read out to you. Okay? And I had said, basically, on the top of that other form, I'd said, this action must cease immediately. And I underlined must and immediately. And I put, all monies returned. All monies taken from wages returned. And I put document 2 or 3 before common law court action of all included. Right? So they got that with it. He rang me, and this isn't the boom. Well, it is, but there's a boom, boom. Get me? Because he rang me yesterday afternoon, sounding very chirpy, and said, I can't believe it. They've stopped taking it. And I said, there you go, boom. I knew they would. They didn't have any choice. People listen to what I'm saying to you. They'd stopped it because they didn't have any choice. I have taken on the all of them at that council. I have, in phone calls and in documents. And I've won. Because here's the massive boom. They've stopped taking his money out. They've stopped taking that out of his wages. 2 solicitors from that company told him to ignore that document. Right? And those 2 solicitors will answer for that because they're supposed to follow the law. There's no excuses. I told them the common law court site. I told them where the documents could be found, and they ignored that. And they told them to press ahead with it. So you watch me come for yous as well. Not the work. He doesn't want me to involve the work, but the solicitors that ignored my documents, lawful documents, factual documents, and those in the court, as I've already said, they're all going to be stood in a common law court. Now, these will probably think now, because they've backed off, that they've got away with it, but they haven't. Because tomorrow, they're getting the claim of right. That's the third and final document. You send them 10 days apart, remember, guys. Anybody that wants to know any more, go back on the other videos. So, here's the massive boom. In finally taking notice that I know what I'm talking about and I know the law, and the documents I've sent, they've finally realised, my goodness me, this little bitch has just sent us the actual court ruling. If we ignore this now, we've had it. So here's the big thing. Now they've admitted that they're committing a fraud. Do you get me? Because they've stopped doing it. So now they're admitting, guys, that they are committing fraud. Sorry, I get a bit loud, don't I? By the time I've finished with this, the magistrates, judge, the court-appointed legal advisor that were running the court, remember, the usher and the council tax prosecutor, the two solicitors for his work, I'm sorry, but they're solicitors and they should know the law. I've never studied law, but I know more than they know. And either they're ignorant of the law, which means they don't know about it because it has been covered, the common law. We all know that. So either they're ignorant to that, but at which point there's still no excuse. Because when they see a document that I've sent them, that's from the common law court, and I've given the website for them to find the document, and they've ignored it and said, carry on. Now they have caused him harm, loss, and injury as well. So I'm not just taking these to sort this out. I'm suing him. He nearly lost his home, remember? He were asking me, can you bring me a sandwich toaster because I can only afford beans and bread all week. These savages. And guess what else and all? I'll just tell you this before I go on to this. There's been another development, guys. Because they'd sent him, from last year, he had that liability order and they're taking it out of his wages. Well, they'd sent him the new one for this year, and then they sent him a reminder. Well, they've not sent him anything after that reminder. Because they know when I sent them that second document, and I sent them a copy, in your face, you dirty, filthy freaks. You're stealing the taxpayers' money in all sorts of ways, but the council tax, listen, guys, council tax was meant to be for commercial properties, not for residential. They're robbing us, and they're living off everyone's money. So they've altered. Instead of going at him like they did last time with the summons, they've left it for this year's. So they're frightened of me, aren't they? Well, they need to be. See some of the comments. Ignorance is bliss until the mighty fist of God's law smacks you in the face. Boom up! What could they say? I said to him they'd have to be mental to take that out of your wage next week. And boom, he gets his wage, they haven't took it. They're shitting themselves. So people, what I'm saying to you is, do it. Do what I've said. I'm living proof. He's living proof. Article 61. 10 days later, affidavit of truth. 10 days after that, claim of rights. Get your pack, your full lawful rebellion pack, which, remember I said, it's demanded of you to go into lawful rebellion. Do it. 10 days apart. Send them off to who I've told you to send them off to. And honestly, they'll have a back off or you will sue them to ours. So, I'm going to now read you the document. So what I'm saying, guys, with that big boom is that it's opened the gates for everybody. It has. All you've got to do is send them a copy of the common law court ruling. Do you get me, guys, what I'm saying? You've got to send them to go into lawful rebellion. Angela Verdon, yeah, up. Angela Verdon, she'll send you a packet. And she doesn't know, she doesn't send it, she doesn't charge you for postage or out, does she, bless her? You know, how simple can it be? Article 61, banging. Affidavit 10 days later, claim of rights 10 days after that. After that, you sort your common law court. I'm not going into that, guys. You know, it's the people, for the people, by the people. So it's, you know, You need 12 jurors and you need a sheriff. And a sheriff, you know, they don't have to be a lawyer or like that, but they have to know about common law. And I've got quite a few friends that I'm sure, you know a lot about common law, aren't I? So I'm going to read you this now, guys, right? And the reason I'm going to read it, yeah, is because sometimes seeing a document and actually focusing on what the words are saying, somebody else reading it, it can help you to focus more on it. Do you get me? And what I'm saying to you above all, guys, is all you that are on, Sean, Diana, Lorraine, Hope, Saskia, everyone that's on that I can see and everyone that I can't see and everyone that watched it after, go through that free process. Because on you know, you can send that with your first one if you want. I didn't have that when I sent my Lawful Rebellion in, you see. But I didn't need all else. I hadn't even sent in an affidavit or a claim of rights. I'm going to do at some point because I'm going to have to. But I haven't done yet because they're frightened to death. They won't come near me. And they won't come near him now. When have you ever known a magistrate's court or you know, because it's a funny carry on. I'm not going into it now, guys, but it's a criminal gang, innit? It is. So, even if you send your Lawful Rebellion form in first, right? Remember, you are demanded to go into Lawful Rebellion, but just to, you know, how much council, one of you put how much full time at the moment council taxes for their area, just a week. What you pay a month or what you pay a week. I bet you're paying at least, I don't know, £50 a week, £50 a week, are you? No. 1,000 a year. Yeah, so that's like, yeah, 110 a month, is that? It's a lot of money, isn't it, guys? Do you know what, Sean? I'm glad you've just asked that question. Sean's just saying there, Lorraine, are you coming to Birmingham on 18th or are you going to Manchester? Sean, I'm getting a bit confused, you know. I'm getting a bit confused because it's like, is there 4 of them or something, guys? I think I might have to go to Manchester, you know. Sean, Tracy, if you're there, love. I might have to go to Manchester, you know. Because Birmingham's, it's like 3.5 hours from me, whereas Manchester's about half an hour, 40 minutes. Hiya, Nash. Lovely to see you. Christine said we were coming to you, Sean. Yeah, Sean, are we going to Manchester or Birmingham, Sean? If it's Birmingham, guys, I'll talk to Tara and, you know, we'll sort something out. I don't mind travelling, I don't, but I'm thinking if it's going to be the same thing in 4 different places, what? I don't know. Just let us know, Sean, if you could, if it's Birmingham or Manchester, because I'm a bit unsure, Lorraine, yeah. Anyway, guys, right, so what I'm saying is, right, even if you said, I sent that in with this second document, right, because I didn't have it when I sent the first ones in, but you can send it in with your Article 61, your first document, and watch them retreat. And make sure you send a photocopy, not the actual document that you've written on. Photocopy it and say photocopy and put document 1 of 3 before common law court action. But I would send that with your first one because that saves having to send your second, doesn't it? Right, I'm going to read it out now, guys. You can't fail with that. You can't, because it's a common law court document. And it's April 2018 judgment in that common law court, and they can't argue with that. Because common law is the supreme law of this land, and what they're doing is wrong. And every single person needs to watch this and share this, don't they, guys? Because when you send that in, if they take no notice of that, You carry on, you send your other one in 2 days, 10 days later, and you send your other one in 10 days later, and you bang them in a common law court. You do. And it's not hard to do. I'll help anybody set one up. Oh, Sean's saying, I'm Birmingham, you go Manchester, see you soon, closer to you. Yeah, and Lorraine's put Manchester a lot easier for us. It is, Lorraine, yeah. Oh, Sean. Do you know what? I was thinking Birmingham because I think Gary's going to Birmingham one, isn't he? But, yeah, I think it's going to be Manchester for me and you, Lorraine. Yeah. Yeah, guys. Right, oh, I've gone to just let me get a drink of pop. I'm a bit robotic tonight. I don't mean to be, guys. Joseph and Bobby Blair. Yeah, Gary, Joseph and Bobby are all in Birmingham, aren't they, Sean? Yeah, I think we're going to be Manchester, Sean. I really don't know. I'll ring Gary and have a word with him. I think I'm going to ring Gary, yeah. And I'll get back to you on it, guys. So I'm going to read this out, right, just to bring things to an end now, guys. I'm well aware that I've not done the Super Soldiers Part 2 yet, guys, and I will be doing very shortly. But things come up, don't they, that are more pressing and more important to do at that moment. But, yeah, we will catch up soon, Sean, yeah. I want you to listen really carefully. I want you to just really focus on what these words are saying here. Because anybody that doesn't know this, and don't get me wrong, guys, I'm not being condescending. I know a lot you already know it. Some people already know it, but they've skimmed through the document. And like I said, there's that much going on in there that we don't always see the severity and stuff. I've just proved to you that council taxes are fraud. By sending them that, they've, all they had to do then were go on to the website, and they knew, didn't they? They know anyway. And the reason they're still cutting my grass and they're still emptying my bins is because it's all shush. They know what I'm like and they know what I'll do. That can go with your Article 61 first document, and you can just nip them right in bud. And you make it clear on your documents as you're sending them which document it is, 1, 2, or 3, and it's before common law court action of all involved. Shawnee, you and Tracy got right, guys. I'm going to read it out. Are you ready? I wish I'd have got one. It's a bit hard to see. It's that colour, right? But anyway, here goes, guys, right? Before I go any further, you can find this document on www.commonlawcourt.com. It's sat there for all to see. The people versus existing local authorities throughout Great Britain. Convened as a lawfully recognised common law court on the 8th of April 2018, the common law court named and indicted the following respondents for crimes ranging from a wilful neglect of duty, malfeasance, a failure in the duty of care owed to the pursuers, fraud, and theft. Respondents: existing local authorities throughout Great Britain. On behalf, basically, this is John Smith that took this to the common law court in April 2018 on behalf of the people. He was representing us all throughout Great Britain, okay? On behalf of the pursuers, the people, John Smith presented a statement of claim which highlighted the unlawful legislation and means which are used to defraud, extort, and unlawfully obtain money from men and women throughout Great Britain. This is a lawful document, guys. I just, reading a poem off, am I? As part of the initial presentation, a 9-minute film was shown on television, which highlighted not only the unlawful nature of this legislation, but also the fraudulent means used by the authorities to collect this money. In addition to the video presentation, the statement of claim also addressed the following issues: the requirements for a valid contract. Do you sign up when you get your council tax bill? DL. That's just one. I'm not going into it now. It's on the others, isn't it, guys? The requirement for a valid contract, the unlawful issue and use of fraudulent documentation, the unlawful enforcement methods used by the authorities to collect money, the fraudulent use of the statutory courts to enforce collection. Oh, yes. The additional consequences of this unlawful legislation. And then it goes on to list some examples of those additional consequences of this unlawful legislation. Suicides, depression, stress and anxiety, the associated charges and fines, the use of bailiffs and sheriff officers, bankruptcy, wage harassment, which is what I've just sorted out. Boom! Homelessness evictions. There's a lady recently there on Facebook, they've just, and another lad, him that's brought about 5G, awareness of 5G. Implications for the family employment issues, and the ability to feed the family and the ability to pay for utilities. Now listen very carefully to this next bit, because I want you to cap this word. Personation. Personation. Now, before I read what I'm going to read in this section, the personation refers to the person, which is the the person, which is the you're dead at sea, basically. Entity. Okay, dead entity. So, personation. Fraud which is committed by impersonating another or by falsely assuming a certain position of status in order to obtain or gain benefit or advantage, namely, diminishing the capacity of a man or woman to a fiction with no life. Dead at sea entity. Which is known as a person, a crown construct. Now then, criminal subrogation. Criminal subrogation, where a man or woman has been substituted for a legal fiction. With no life, dead at sea, this is used to defraud and gain benefit. Birth certificate worth approximately 15 million each person, man, woman and child, stolen at birth. And that's not what this says. It's me adding a bit in, guys. So where a man or woman has been substituted for a legal fiction with no life, this is used to defraud and gain benefit and to defraud a man or woman of their rights and property unlawfully. In conclusion, it was pointed out that the issue of council tax was marred with prejudice and bias from the beginning because of the collusion and fraud which has been committed by members of a statutory system that protect vested interests. The issue is not whether council tax should be paid. It is the fraudulent behaviour of the authorities and the failure to hold these individuals accountable for abusing their positions that needs to be addressed. So it's the fraud that needs to be addressed. We're not going at, it's not just about, we have to pay council tax. Like you do, one time you played rent and rates. didn't you? And then you had the horrible poll tax for a while. But what this is saying is that it isn't the council tax we're going after, it's the fraudsters, the ones that have stolen everything from us. In my affidavit of truth, I'm not sent off yet, I have added a line in and I have said quite clearly, no man or woman of this earth is above the law. So the issue is not whether taxes should be paid, it is a fraudulent behaviour of the authorities and the failure to hold these individuals accountable for abusing their positions that need to be addressed. So that's going into a court case, right? Not much left now, guys. Oh, it goes on. That what I've just read you, it gives you examples and it says, men, women and children are suffering because the unlawful behaviour of the statutory authorities, it is no longer acceptable to do nothing. The principles of common law were then referred to. Do not cause harm, loss or injury to another. Do not breach the peace and be honourable in your contract dealings. By no stretch of the imagination can it be said that the enforcement of council tax meet these principles. It is time that the respondents were held accountable for their unlawful behaviour and time that the people had access to a lawful remedy. So enough with the fraud. Time to act. A request was then made for the following orders. 1. The pursuers required a court order to annul existing council tax legislation and to prevent the unlawful collection of council tax. This order to remain in force until such time as the failings within the existing system have been addressed. Justice. 2. The pursuers also seek an order that will confirm any individual involved in the unlawful collection of council tax will be committing a crime under common law and against the people. Therefore, they will be held liable for damages in their personal capacity. So not only in the professional, but in the personal capacity as well. Every one of these. Right. So, after an extensive presentation, the jury adjourned to deliberate. Remember, the courts are by the people, for the people. Any 12 people, volunteers, can be the jury, and then you need someone who just knows about common law. What about the people who have already paid this? Misty Barnes asked me this. Right, I'll come to that at end, Diana. So, yeah, so the personal capacity. After an extensive presentation, the jury adjourned to deliberate, after which they returned and issued the following verdicts. 1. It is hereby ordered that after a unanimous decision of the court, all statutory legislation within Great Britain relating to council tax has been annulled. Boom, it's fact. 2. It is further ordered that it is now an offence for any man or woman to collect any payments for council tax. Any individuals who unlawfully tries to collect such payments will be held personally liable in their personal and private capacity. Boom. Boom. Boom, guys. I sent them a copy of that and they have stopped. Boom. So all I'll just say to you now, guys, Diana, the people that have paid, all you can do is stop paying. And at some point, you'll probably be compensated for what you have paid. I tried to sort my daughter out. She didn't want the hassle. It had to be her decision. She's still paying it now. You know, that's my daughter. My other daughter pays it. Too scared. You know, this country has been more and more and gradually more and more run on fear. Because that's what, you know, that's what it's all about for these lot. It's all about fear. So what I am actually saying to you guys is, although I've just told you about the fact that they have actually stopped. Now we're waiting to see if he gets all that money back that they've taken out. Get me? They're still getting this claim of rights. Because if he don't get every penny of that returned to him, I'm going to have him. But I am having him anyway, because I'm having the magistrate, I'm having the usher, I'm having the council tax prosecutor, and I'm having that horrible little thing that ran round that court shouting and screaming at me because he was so frightened of me. Because he knew I had them documents and he knew I were right. I'm having them still anyway, whatever happens, because they harmed me that day. And they committed fraud on me, because I told her quite clearly that I weren't giving him a second name when I were crying, when I were upset, because he just absolutely steamrolled all over me. This little court-appointed legal advisor that went in room and told judge what he could and couldn't do. You can send that evidence with your first Article 61 form. You might, you know, you're better to send your, you know, say you sent your Article 61 with a copy of that and they stopped. And you didn't get any more letters off them, you know, you didn't get to cut your wage or whatever way you're paying it. You'd still want to send in your affidavit and your claim of rights written out in red pen. Never sign it. Never sign it, because that's the signature under there. Dirty, filthy, fraudulent maritime law where we're all dead at sea. That's the dead person's signature. All you have to do is put your name, your first and your second name, it's like mine's Christine Ann, and then of the Foley family. That's how you sign them. So say, you know, just picking a name out of Tim Smith, Tim Lee Smith, you know, you just put Tim Lee of the Smith family. And I bet you 100, honestly, because they'd have to be crazy. They've got the documents there. It's illegal. It's unlawful. I would argue that a lot of what they're doing to do with council tax and bedroom tax and all the rest of it, and these evictions and these bailiffs and these sheriffs, who the hell do they think they are? Under our common law, which is the supreme law of this land, remember, they have got no right to do that to us. So even under legality, we know, don't we, guys? So, Diana, I would say you can't really demand what you've paid already. I suppose you could try it, Diana, but if I'd be more inclined to just stop sending in your forms and then, you know, when they've all been taken down, which is going to be very, very soon, very, very soon, then you can start looking at convening your common law court to, you know, if they're not already in prison, which, you know, a lot of them will be, won't they? They'll still pay for what they've done to me, though, in that court that day. It were horrendous. Like I said, I've got my witness, independent witness and all. If they go into lawful rebellion now, after paying next year, should be... If you go into lawful rebellion now, Diana, you don't pay any more council tax. Most people pay it in every about 10 months, don't you? Yeah, no, Nash. Under normal circumstances, what Nash is saying there is saying to get any money back is another ballgame. Yeah, it is. Right. But because they've been taking it out of his wage, I've demanded that it's returned to him through his wage. Do you get me? However much they've taken off him before they got that boom document, right? I've said that this must cease immediately and all money's returned. And this is your document 2 of 3 before common law action against a lot of you. And they've stopped. but we're going to see if they're paying back. So that's why I'm saying that third document, claim of rights, the final one will go in this week. Either tomorrow or Monday morning. No rush. And then, you know, we'll see if they pay it back. I bet they do. Because what they know now is they're not just fighting me. They are fighting the whole country. Because what they've just done was they've just had something thrown in their face that they can't deny. They've got the website there and everything. And there's no way they can deny it. And they know that in a common law court, I'll walk all over them. They'd be frightened to death that you will not know the same. Well, that's all you've got to do. In terms of getting your money back off them when you've paid to them, you know, outside that, where you've just paid it every month, you could try. You could send them that. You could send them you could send them all that, and you know, you could send them your lawful rebellion and that on the same one, and you could say, I want all monies I want all monies returned to me. And you could see, I think you'd have a bit of a battle on your hands just yet with that, to be honest with you. But if you can just stop paying it, why wouldn't anybody not just send that, go through Article 1? Remember, it's Dragons, it's Angela Verdon. She's fantastic, she really is. Gary, Nathan, Emma, any at Dragons. John, Steve, is it? But you could actually, yeah. You could send him your first Article 61, Diana, and your people versus existing local authorities, you know. That is not even, I hadn't even sent them. There is a certificate. There is an actual signed, not certificate, there's an actual signed ruling, right? Well, I sent them what happened that day. Get outside and have a look for yourself, and they've seen it, and they've shit themselves. So that ain't just because I'm Christine. That's because I've said to him, you ain't getting it, and you ain't doing this to this lad either. And I've gone for Giza. And I told them in that court that day when they trapped me that bad, and she sidled up and got my name under false, you know. I told them all, you're all going to common law court. And I meant it, and they will. But yeah, you could put a note on Diana. You could put 2 lines through your council tax bill, and you could put, I would like the monies that I've already paid returned to me forthwith before I decide on common law, taking to avoid further action. That's what I'd say. Let's have a look. Yeah, Diana, do it. Please, people, do it. I don't know what else I can say to people. Do you guys? They have just stopped taking money. I sent the first one in, they've ignored it. I rang them up, they ignored it. The solicitors ignored it. You're in big trouble, mates. And second one, I've just sent that and they've stopped. Because what else can they do? You need to do the same. You send it in with your first one. You can get a copy of it off Angela Verdon. Ask her. Just write, in case any of you want to write this down, guys. This is not your lawful rebellion pack, you see. This is outside that. But what you do is ask Angela Verdon for your lawful rebellion pack and ask her if she can send you the people versus existing local authorities throughout Great Britain document. And that tells you what it were all about, who it was that took the Satanists and criminals and paedophiles to court. In it, guys. And how, step by step. And remember, I'm just going to repeat it for the last time now. I'm not saying no more because I don't know what else I can do, guys, if people aren't listening. Remember, apart from the fact that it was annulled, it is further ordered that it is now an offence. Now an offence. That's from April 2018, guys. for any man or woman to collect any payments for council tax. Any individual who unlawfully tries to collect such payments, so they're continuing with it, right, it will be held liable in their, it says held personally liable in their personal and private capacity. I said to that lad, didn't I, on phone, you just implicated yourself, love. You've now implicated yourself, you'll be getting a summons. And he went, how are you going to convene a court then? I said, all courts will be returning to common law, not in the very near future. Is it, and who's going to be a sheriff? And he's like, who's going to be a sheriff then? Like I said, he's about to find out, innit? I've got his voice all over a tape recorder, for goodness sake. Not going to have any problems with him, am I? Not only did he deny the common law, but he denied that they were doing anything wrong with council tax and that we should pay it to keep us areas nice. What a lefty. What an absolute lefty. I ain't saying that council tax shouldn't be, replaced with something else like rates used to be, for things like that. But not on the same level, and not the amount that they're taking. They just make it up as they go along, don't they? Yeah, Angela Verdon is well on the ball with Lawful Rebellion. She is, guys. She's from Dragons. Emmy's as well. So is Nathan. So is Gary. Gary, I don't think Gary does so much on legal side of it. Christine, what was that letter? People versus. Right, guys, write this down. If you honestly, or write it in your phones if you can. The people versus the existing local authorities throughout Great Britain. So it's the people, Nash, versus existing local authorities throughout Great Britain. Go and have a look at that document, guys. Go and have a look at it. It's on www.commonlawcourt.com. So is the signed ruling. Your council tax is unlawful. You don't have to pay council tax. I've given you so many examples through. I'm not talking to you guys. I know you know. But other people that might watch it after that are scared. Do not be scared. Do not be scared, because once they're taken down, all this is going to get sorted anyway. And don't think you won't be compensated for all theft and fraud that they've committed over you, because you will. But who really cares about the money? I don't give a crap about money, guys, do you? It's about what they think they can do to us. Well, I've just taken authority over the whole of that bloody Halifax council tax. And believe me, they think they're clever. They really think they're clever. And I've just steamrolled over them. I'm not even trained to be a solicitor or a barrister, whatever they are. Have you got it now, Nash? No. And Nash says that a lot, and he's after me all night when he says that, because I'll tell you now, we have to, stand tall and do not fear. That is what they want. They want the fear, and that's why people keep paying. Oh, I don't want to go through hassle. Well, you're helping them to bring about our destruction, aren't they, guys? What else can you say? Yeah, you've got it now, Nash. Your internet keeps going down, Lorraine. They are messing with my Wi-Fi. They always do, don't they, guys, when we get together? They always try, don't they? But you'll never break us up, CIA, domestic terrorists. You'll never take my voice away, and you'll never take me away from the people, or my people away from me, will they, guys? So, just to finish off then, guys, I really hope I know you lot will be listening, but I do know that some of you are still paying your council tax. Stop it, guys. Stop it. Stop it. Trust me. Look at this face. I give you examples. What more can I do, guys? You can send that with your first document. Get your birth certificates and your children's and everyone in your family, your friends, tell them all, get registered on www.commonlawcourt.com. Then you're protected under that law. However, you don't have to register yourself under common law to go into lawful rebellion because you are standing under the law of this land. So you are protected under common law, whether you've signed, I don't like saying signed, whether you've, put all your birth certificates, your family's birth certificates and yourself onto common law court, which I would advise you to do. There's a way of claiming your birth certificate back and all sorts, guys. And when I tell you that your birth certificate, every man, woman and child, on average, 15 million. And they float on some stock or something, don't they? I haven't looked into technical bits of it. You see, I go on what's common sense. I go on what's, I could have had a big fight with them all right houses, but I just put that straight in the face, and that's all you need to do, innit, guys? Was that all right for you guys? Anyone of you on here, Diana, Nash, Lorraine, Saskia, Hope, any of you? Do not pay another month of council tax. Yeah, Saskia and Hope. Trust me. I don't just come on here banging stuff out, guys. You know that. Everything I tell you. That is why my channel is truth, fact, and raw. Do not pay anymore. Get that pack off Angela off Angela Verdon, right? And get that from the common law court. Get a print out of that. And just send it with your first lawful rebellion in the face and see what happens. And if they carry on, let them. 10 days later, send your affidavit. 10 after that, send your thing, and then you've got them. They won't dare, I'm telling you. As soon as they receive that. And once a few start doing it, it's going to spread and spread and spread and spread. And I'd be honoured to have started that chain reaction. You get me, guys? Because all I'm here for is you lot. For us. As a people. Hope says, I've claimed my legal fiction, birth and medical marijuana certificate. Boom! Boom, Hope. Look what Hope said there, guys. She's claimed her legal fiction. You can actually claim your legal fiction back, through common law. Have a word with Gary or Nathan or Angela herself. They'll tell you, guys. It really is that simple. Just like it really is that simple to stand up under lawful rebellion and to remain in honour and to just do all you can to spread the truth and do all you can to have that knock-on effect. I don't know anybody else who's done it like this, do you? I don't. And I would be honoured to be the first domino that started tipping other ones until they all went down. Because none of you should be paying it. Not one of you should be paying council tax. It's unlawful, and the bloody documents here. I didn't even have to send them the ruling, did I? Because they'll have gone straight to that website and seen. But they already know, guys, don't get me wrong. But they'll have gone there to make sure that document was there. Do you get me? Because they'll try and wriggle out of it any way they can. I've told you. like Donald Trump says, and it's there's not a truer word. Soon, they won't be able to walk down the street. They will need arresting and putting away for their own safety, because when people are open, their eyes are open to what exactly they have done. I know a lot of us here know, guys, but when people's eyes are opened up to what they actually have done to us as a people, they're gonna want to kill them, aren't they? They're gonna want to set about them. They are, because the children alone is going to make them. It's all right hearing rumours and that, and some of them won't do the research and that, but when they get that knowledge stuck right in the face, which they're about to soon, they're going to want to kill that lot in that palace. And I believe she's been moved out of there already. And the mainstream, lamestream, lying fake media would have you believe that that's because she's going over to America and all this lot. Well, it'll be for her own safety. Because can you imagine when that Pfizer, that D-class of that Pfizer thing, once that comes down, the whole house comes down. House of Windsor with it. So, guys, I'm going to go now. I really hope that all my ladies on here and my men on here, my gents on here, right? Listen to your mother. Look at this face. I'm going to be very cross with you if you don't do that, because why would you want to keep paying for a start and be out of pocket of like 40, 50? I think my daughter was paying £50 a week or something. I can't remember. Yes, Sean. TikTok. Time is coming soon. But I hope that I am the first, or one of the first. I believe I'm the first to tip that for the dominoes to go. And let's see their roller coaster then that they shit themselves on, right? What they've been putting all those lot people through for all these years. That's nothing. That's just the tip of the iceberg. Guys. So with that, I'm going to love you and leave you. Can you imagine the people that have lost their homes and their families broken up over this? Yes, Diana. And just before I go on that point, Diana, something I'll leave you all to have a look at, guys. And remember, never take, 100% what I say. Go and have a look. I've given you a website. Go and have a look for yourself. And always research whatever I tell you. Never take my word for it. But Diana said something really important there. And she's right. It's boom. Can you imagine the people that have lost their homes and their families broken over this? Listen, it's not just council tax. Mortgages. Mortgages are fraudulent as well, guys. I think you're going to find that you're probably going to have, I wouldn't like to say, this is only my belief and my view so far, but once they're all taken down, you won't be paying no more. You won't be paying a mortgage, because the amount of money that they've had out of you over years that's been fraudulently extorted from you, it'll probably outweigh what you had left on your mortgage anyway. And in terms of that, getting your money back, I would imagine every person in the country will be compensated for that in some way. You're going to have a really good life in front of you. I'm telling you, guys, you've got a really good future coming. So with that, I am definitely going to love you and leave you. Please do not pay another penny. Please just lose that fear and just go forward and think, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. If you need to message me, I mean, I know it's difficult at the moment because I'm banned until 21st starter, but message each other to give each other strength to go through with it. You don't need, honestly, you don't need to be afraid. Just send them that with your first one. They ignored my first one, so I sent them that with the second one. I bet he gets every penny back in his wage. They'll be rifling through my stuff now, through all my security and everything, to see if they can catch me or not. But I've got a message for him. Sorry, guys, I'm just going through you a sec. Any one of you try coming back at me because I've done what's right for my people and my country. I'll come after every single one of you for everything you do to me. Trust me. Do not go there. Right, guys. Yes, Nash has just said very importantly that we can go through Tara to get hold of you, can't we? Yes, you can, people. Remember that. While I'm banned, if you need me, tell Tara. If you haven't friended her yet, friend her, guys. To all those that are on here and I can't see you and you're commenting and they might be asking questions and I'm not answering you, I can't see you guys. But you are all with me. You're always, always with me, whether I can see you or not. Yeah, in my heart, all of you. This is why I do all this. It is. You know how much I love my people and my country, guys. What is that one you send with the first? You're in right, Lorraine. You go to Angela Verdon from Dragons and ask her for a lawful rebellion pack, Lorraine. Send your Article 61 off first. Right, she'll give you directions what you're doing with them. You send them 10 days apart. There's 3 documents. You send your Article 61. Now, with your Article 61, I sent it with my second one, but you can send it with your first. Every single one of you can. Send that. But you'll have to ask Angela to send it you. And what it is, write it down, Lorraine. It's the people versus existing local authorities throughout Great Britain. Have you got that, Lorraine, love? So, guys, any need me in emergency, any need any strength, you know, take my strength, right, because I'm with you all the way, every step of the way. Any crap you get, I'll do it. I'll talk you through it, and I'll deal with it for you if you're that bothered. I can't do with everyone's, obviously, but people that are really frightened to do it, I'll bloody help you do it. So I'm hoping you've got that now, Lorraine. Oh, look at you all saying night to each other and that. Right, guys, I'm going to go. So, as I said, I don't want to see none of you paying another penny. There's no excuse for it. Look at this face. Right? If you're worried, get to Tara, get to me. I will help you as much as I possibly can. So will dragons. I might not be a dragon member anymore, but you know, the dragons are there to help you. Angela Verdon does a lot of the posting out. You know? So, guys, I'm going to love you and leave you. I really am this time. So, without further ado, get onto it, guys. Get onto it. Get that print out. You can print it off at Common Law Court website. I mean, some of you might want to print off the actual document, the actual ruling and all, and send that with it. That'll really freak them out, won't it? But it's all the same thing, guys. So, I'm going to see you very soon. I'm going to be going on to Super Soldier's second part, and I'm just going to go over summary at first one we did next time, hopefully. If there ain't out more important that comes forward, to get me. So, as I always say, guys, stay vigilant, stay strong, stay focused. No surrender ever. Here's my hand, here's my heart, and I absolutely love and adore every single one of you. All right, guys? So get on with it, and I'll see you very soon. Bye for now.